What do you mean you can't skip this time? You told me yesterday that you'd meet me here. Shouldn't you have known then that you had a test? Why not just... Hello? Hello? And he hung up on me. Thanks for nothing. Oh, hey. Sorry you had to overhear that. Someone was supposed to meet me here, but... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. What's someone like you doing up here anyway? Yeah, you're just hanging out in the athletic hallway for no reason. The only thing up here is extra seating for the swim meets. Last I checked, there weren't going to be any of those happening during fourth period. And look at that. We're officially late. I'll tell you what. No one ever comes up here. Unless they want to smoke in the bathroom, that is. But no teachers or anyone that could get us in trouble. The point is, I'm not going anywhere if you're not. Alright. It's a date then. Oh, come on, sit down. It's just an expression. There we go. Welcome to the Rule Breakers Club. I gotta admit, you're like the last person I thought would be hiding up here during class. Aren't you supposed to be like one of the smart ones? Sorry, that came off kinda rude, huh? I'm a little off today. Well, whatever it is you're doing up here, I guess it's none of my business. Although, technically you already heard why I'm hanging out in an empty hallway. So it's only fair if I find out about you. Okay, so maybe it was your fault that you had to overhear it, but you know it all the same. Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you the whole story. But not for free. No, I don't mean money. I mean, I'll spill my guts if you spill yours. Come on, it's not like we have anything better to do. Skipping is so boring without someone else. If you weren't here, then I'd probably just... Well, I could still play games on my phone or something, but it wouldn't be nearly as fun. So, what do you say? No better way to pass the time than a bit of talking, right? Yes! I knew you'd be down. So, basically, what happened for me was, yesterday, I just felt like doing something against the rules. Does that ever happen to you? Oh, right, smart kid. Probably not. Anyway, I ended up asking this boy I know to come meet me up here, but apparently he didn't really want to come after all. I mean, you heard his lame excuses earlier. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, right. Well, I don't think he's exactly my boyfriend. More like a friend who happens to be a boy, and does boyfriend stuff with me sometimes. But... Okay, but just remember that you're sworn to secrecy on this, because the only way that you would even know about it is that if you were skipping too. And I bet someone like you can't have something like that getting out. Alright, that's what I thought. I guess you don't really look like the type to go and blab anyway, but just making sure all my bases are covered. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you asked him, he'd say we were together, but it's not, like, official? Like, we haven't really talked about it like that. And I know he's the type of boy that I should like he's in all the same circles as me, likes the same stuff, but we don't quite click, you know? Sorry, that probably sounds really stupid. Me up here complaining about my love life, which is probably pretty shallow compared to yours, with all those straight A's and SAT scores. Anyway, it's your turn to tell me what you're doing up here, and it better be juicy too, since you made me go all soft for no reason. Oh, you're meant to be in chemistry too? Figures. That's the class I was stood up for. Wait, that means you're skipping out on a test, though. Ah, scared you'd fail it, huh? Yeah, I've been there. Oh, that's true. Missing today just gives you more study time before you have to do a makeup. Work smarter, not harder, right? I'll have to use that trick myself sometime. It's kind of funny to hear that someone like you is struggling with grades like that. Or, not funny, really. Does that make it sound mean? It's more like... interesting? Don't ask me for words, you're the brainiac. Ah, enlightening. Yeah, that's it exactly. It's like... I've never really thought that people like you could struggle with grades, with all those good scores and teachers loving you. I guess it makes me feel kind of dumb for not thinking about it like that before. Though, maybe it's weird for my love life to be all mixed up, too. What a good bunch of misfits we turned out to be. Hey, do you mind if I tell you something? So, I maybe kind of lied a little bit about why I came up here. Or not lied exactly, but cut out some of it. As if the whole boy thing wasn't bad enough. The truth is, I hang out here a lot. Usually without him. Or without anyone, really. Sometimes walking around school can feel kind of overwhelming. So many people are always trying to talk to me, or just talking, or wanting to talk, and some of them are my friends. A lot of them, even. And I like them a lot. But sometimes... Well, sometimes I just need a minute. You know? Yeah, just like a breath. No class, no people, no boyfriend, or whatever it is he is. Oof. Sorry to dump all of that on you. Like I said, I'm having a bit of an off day. And that's the power of the athletic hallway, I guess. It's just that, well, you ended up being a lot easier to talk to than I thought you would be. Not in a bad way. I mean, I liked it. It was good. And I think, well, I probably shouldn't encourage playing hooky, but I definitely wouldn't mind seeing you up here again. Yeah, of course I mean it. This was really great. We'll have to meet up again sometime. No, don't even worry about it. It's fine, okay? I'll be back in a minute. Just a little spill. I know how to change my clothes, so no big deal, really. Yeah, I'll be done in a sec. Just don't burn the place down until I get back, okay? Of course, it had to be my favorite top that got crap spilled all over it, too. At least I don't have to go super far to change, I guess. I just need... Hello? Who's there? Oh. Oh, hey. No, sorry. I thought someone was trying to scare me. Or maybe... You are alone, right? 'Cause, first off, if you snuck off to my room to neck, mega yuck. Second, I'll turn my back when you leave, 'cause I don't even want to know who'd come up here, and... No? You are alone. I'll take your word for it, but don't try anything either. So, what are you doing up here then? Hey, it's a fair question. You're the one that's hanging out in my room, remember? You know that upstairs is off limits tonight. And even if it wasn't, still. Can you speak up? I can't. Hang on. Can you come out of that corner? Or at least let me see your face. You're crying? Oh no. Don't try to hide it now. I already saw. But hey, that's okay. God, that made it worse. I'm not so good at this stuff, but I'm just gonna come in a little closer, okay? Okay. I know sometimes it's better to just cry it out. Oh, hang on. I've got a tissue box around here somewhere. There you are. Here, take as many as you need, okay? Okay. You're breathing a bit better now, at least. Sorry if I was a little short with you before. I guess this is a good place to hide from everything going on down there. You just startled me is all. If I was in your shoes, I probably would have done the same thing, to be honest. No, hey, don't even worry about it, okay? I'd much rather that you were able to catch your breath up here than have to deal with whatever this is along with all the chaos of the party. Yeah, that's true. Most of them are my friends, but... Well, that doesn't mean that it can't get a little overwhelming sometimes. And if something bad happens on top of all the noise and flashing lights, well, trust me, I've been there. It's not a fun time. Hmm? Yeah, of course. I've been where you are loads of times. I think just about everyone's had a moment where they needed to step away for a bit. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're just lying to you. And maybe to themselves, too. Hell, look at me. I needed a minute tonight. This spill just gave me an extra excuse to get away. Along with a little extra frustration. Yeah, I guess I am kind of lucky it's my own place, huh? Less to worry about in that regard, as long as you take out all the stress of hosting. Oh, just the setup, making sure everyone has a good time. Not to mention cleaning it all up before my parents get back. Definitely not looking forward to that. But there's plus sides too. I mean, I can run away to my own room instead of someone else's. Oh, no, sorry. I guess I probably shouldn't mess with you. Learn to read the room much. Like I said, you're more than welcome to just chill up here. Take as long as you need. Definitely until you stop crying, at least. That might have been the wrong thing to say, too. Here, just take my hand. You can squeeze it? I know having someone close always makes me feel better, even though I can only do so much as a stranger. Hey, no complaints. My house, my rules, and I don't want anyone crying up here alone. No, not that crying's bad at all, just something our bodies do when we get overwhelmed. Better to let it out when you need to, right? And it does make you feel better once it's over with, if you take out how ugly making it is. Not that you're ugly right now or anything. And anyway, you can stay up here as long as you need and get yourself put back together. No need to worry about facing anyone before you're ready. No, I promise it's no trouble. There's already a ton of people in my house. What's one more up here, right? Besides, you don't seem like the type to come up here just to wreck my room. So, yeah. Take as long as you need. Just keep breathing, okay? Good. Alright. If it's cool with you, I'm gonna go ahead and change out of this gross shirt. Oh, don't worry. No need to move. I'll just duck into the closet and come right back here. Then we can see how you're feeling, okay? Okay. Just give me a second. Alright. Now that I'm clean, how are you? Still looking a little shaky, I'll tell you what. There's only like an hour left till I throw everyone out anyway. If you want, you can just chill up here till it's over. Yeah, of course. Normally, I wouldn't want anyone in my room, especially without me in it with them, but I trust you. And you look like you still need a minute. Or 10. No, like I said before, I promise it's no trouble. I know it would be a lot easier to calm down if you also don't have to psych yourself up to face everyone down there again. I know if it were me, I wouldn't want to be seen. And I've definitely been there. No, it's not a big deal at all. I wouldn't have offered if I didn't want to. Besides, it gives me a reason to procrastinate cleaning up. You've already seen what a mess these guys make. Alright, I'll let you get sorted out. Be back in just a bit, okay? See you then. Okay, I know. I'll talk to you after class, alright? There's just one more thing I have to do before lunch. Yeah, I'll be there too. Don't worry. Just like I said I would. Some of us don't like to just randomly ditch people, you know? Okay. I know you apologized for that one time you left me hanging when I skipped class for you, but still. Well, you're right. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. And I'll see you at lunch, okay? I just need a second. No more than that. I promise. Okay, see you soon. One of these days, I'm just gonna go right up to him and tell him, well, I guess it probably doesn't really matter what I would say anyway. I know I'll never actually get the courage for it. Speaking of gathering courage, here we go. Hey there! Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to startle you. It's just, we haven't really talked like this before, but I totally get it. But since your locker's been just a few down from mine this whole time, I thought I might as well say hi. Yeah, funny how that works, I guess. Oh, hang on. I'm doing this all backwards. Can I start from the beginning? Okay. Okay, here we go. Hi, my name is Caitlin, or Kat, or whatever you like, really. We've met a few times before, but they were both a bit awkward, which I guess I just made this time awkward too, so we're 3 for 3. Yay. Sorry. I'm usually not this nervous when I talk to people, but, well, I guess you could say I've had a bit of a long week, so sorry you're the one that kind of has to deal with it. The few times that I've been able to see you around, it seems like the way that we met was because one of us was always doing something kind of out of our comfort zone, if that makes any sense. I mean, I already know that you're not one to skip class all the time, and I'm not really one to let people stay in my room when I'm not there, so I guess this whole thing is a little weird to start with, huh? So, I guess, even though I normally wouldn't think to talk to you, it was starting to feel a little weird that we keep running into each other, but we've never really talked at school when we're so close together. Locker neighbors, right? I mean, at first I thought maybe you would want to talk to me, but then you didn't, so I thought maybe you didn't want to. But I mean, like, I totally get that part, I guess. It's kind of hard to talk to strangers, so I understand. Especially since I always have friends around me at school and stuff. I guess I can be a little hard to approach, maybe, to put it lightly. And also, well, really the only times that I've seen you have been when you were kind of not having the best day ever. I mean, I know that you didn't really tell me exactly what happened to you at the party I hosted, but, well, I get it. I know that if it were me, I would want to keep something like that to myself, too. And since I'm practically a stranger that just happened to be there to see you like that, I guess I understand why you didn't really want to talk about it to me. And also the whole popular kids, smart kids stigma thing. I've had people tell me that it can be kind of intimidating to talk to me at first, since I kind of have friends all over the school. Which is true, I guess. But really, I don't mind talking to new people at all either. New friends or old, it's all good for me. I mean, that's half the fun of getting to know a lot of people, right? Getting to meet a whole nother group? Okay, well, maybe not for people like you, I guess. You're really introverted, aren't you? I guess I never really understood that kind of thing super well. I mean, I know what it means and all that, but, well, beyond knowing, like, the definition, I guess I never really worked out what it would feel like to be uncomfy around people. But I guess that's probably just since I'm so used to being super comfortable around them, so maybe that's why I don't get that part. Though, I guess I kind of do know what it's like to be nervous to talk to someone. Like, if I've never talked to them before, or if I don't have anyone to introduce us or talk about, or it's just awkward in general, like with us. No. But hey, you were at my party a few weeks ago, so you have to have some friends, right? Oh my gosh. No, you're right. That did come out totally mean. Sorry. I guess I just don't really know how to have a filter. What I meant to say was, you must know someone that I know if you were able to come to a party that was at my house. I mean, I don't usually make a big deal of keeping those things super secret, but, well, you would at least have to know somebody that knew somebody that knew me. Okay, yeah, that was kind of confusing. And however it is you ended up at my party, I think we both saw that you didn't really have a great time there. So, well, I know that you're not usually the type that would go to that kind of thing. I mean, I've never really seen you at anything else anyway. So, I wanted to make sure that you were okay, I think. But I wasn't really sure how to do that, so I put it off. And then I felt bad, but it had been too long, so then it was weird, but, well, here I am now, so there's that. Basically, I just wanted to make sure that you're doing alright after all that, even though it was kind of a while ago now. So, sorry about my procrastination. Oh, you are doing a little better? Well, that's good at least. I'm sorry that it all turned out to be no fun. I know that I don't really have control over everything that happens at things like that, but I feel like I should have at least checked in on you better after I saw you in my room like that. Oh, my driving you home did help a lot, huh? Well, I'm glad that I could do that for you at least. I know that you didn't really want a lot of help, but, well, I still feel bad for not being able to give it. I mean, it was something that happened at my party, and you ended up feeling that sad. Well, I guess that's another part of why I came over here. I don't know if that was your first party or just the first one that I've seen you at or what, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you don't go to things like that super often. Is that right? Right. I thought so. Well, I know that big parties aren't really for everyone, with all the music and the shouting, but I wanted to make sure that they weren't ruined for you forever or something like that, just in case it was something that you wanted to like. Because, well, not to be too cliche, but I really like parties, and I feel like it would be a shame if they were ruined for you because of just one bad experience, so you don't have to feel obligated or anything, but my parents are going to be out of town next Friday, so I'm gonna have another little get together. It won't be nearly as crazy as the last one, I promise. That was kind of a lot even for me, and the cleanup after took forever. So, this one should be a little bit more low-key, but still tons of fun, of course. And, like I said before, I don't totally know what happened at the last time, but I figured that you probably won't get an invite as easy as some of the other people would. So I thought that I could just give you one myself, kind of to make up for the bad time that you had before. Maybe this way, this party can be the thing that the last one should have been for you, I guess, if that makes any sense. So, if you want, you're welcome to come over, but no pressure one way or the other. And no need to RSVP or anything either. Like I said, it's gonna be pretty casual. And that way, if you don't want to come, then you don't have to work it all out right now or deal with hunting me down again to help with the whole intimidating thing that I mentioned earlier. So, yeah, I guess that's all that I really had to say. Oh, and also, you can feel free to talk to me whenever you see me in the halls or at lunch or something like that. I'm always down to chat. Now, I have to run, but I hope to see you this weekend, if not before then. So, have a good one. I can't wait to talk again. Okay, like I said, tonight was really fun, but you guys really need to get going now. Yeah, I know my parents aren't back until morning, but, well, I have a lot of work to do cleaning up this mess you guys made. No, sorry. I didn't mean to say that it was like a big deal or anything. I mean, just part of having parties like this, right? But you guys really do need to go. And you're not driving, right? I can call you an Uber or... Oh, you got one already? Okay. Actually, I think there it is now. So, yep. Alright. Goodbye. I'll see you next time. Later. Alright. I think that's the last of them. Well, except for you, I guess. Hmm? Yeah, my boyfriend usually likes to be the last person to leave, but, well, since you offered to help me clean up, obviously it's gonna be you instead. Thanks so much for that, by the way. You really didn't have to. And you can still renege if you really don't wanna. I mean, it's not exactly fair forcing you to clean my own house. So if you want, you can just kinda hang out while I do the work. Whatever works out for you. Yeah, I know that you offered already, but, well, I don't want to make you feel like you're obligated to. I mean, I don't think I was actually expecting you to do it. So it's really not a problem. Weird, huh? I guess this is far from the first party I've hosted like this. And I don't know. Part of it is just to clean up after, so I don't know why it feels so weird that someone would be here for it. Honestly, sometimes the cleanup kinda acts like this in between, 'cause it's like, it's my place, so I don't usually get too smashed, since that would not be a good morning after when my parents come back, on top of all the other lying I have to do about everyone coming over here. But, I don't know. Once everyone leaves, it's still kind of a weird feeling. Like everything was just so loud and chaotic, and there was excitement all the time, and, well, I guess all the other parts of a party. But then everyone leaves, and I turn the lights on and do dishes, and I don't know, it's just kind of a juxtaposition? Is that a good word? I don't know. You're the smarter one out of the both of us, so maybe you could better explain it than I just did. It's kind of like an after-party high, I guess. Maybe it just feels kind of weird. Usually I'm so tired I barely know what I'm doing, so you'd be surprised the amount of times that my parents have come home and there's some stray red Solo cup or confetti lying in the corner somewhere and I have to, kick it under the couch before anyone notices. It is a little terrifying, but, well, in hindsight it is kind of funny, I guess. But hopefully, now that we've got 2 pairs of eyes instead of 1, that might go a little bit smoother. If you're still interested in helping out, that is. Are you sure you don't mind? Okay, well, I'm not gonna stop you, I guess. It is kind of nice to have someone here with me. I called it an after-party high, right? But, well, the truth really is, sometimes it kind of feels more like a low. I don't know, it's just like, well, you know that feeling when you hang out with a lot of people and it's like really high energy for a long time and then all of a sudden it just stops? I mean, sometimes it just feels a little empty afterwards, I guess. I wonder if any of my other friends have the same feeling. Though, tonight they're probably all too drunk to notice something like that, so maybe I'll have to ask them some other time. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on all this crap on the floor. If you want to help, you can kinda just throw it into a pile. We can scoop it into garbage bags later. Yeah, awesome. So, did you like it? The party, I mean. I know you've been to one before, obviously, since I caught you in my room that one time, but, well, I guess the lightest way to put it would be I don't think you were exactly having the time of your life that night. I guess you still haven't really explained what happened back then. If you want to, of course, I'm here to listen. I mean, if it happened in my own house, then I guess I kind of feel like I'm at least somewhat responsible. But, well, I also totally understand if you don't want to talk about it too. It's not super common for one of those brainiac kids like you to end up at one of these parties, so, well, like I said, when I invited you to this one, I didn't want you to feel like that's how they were all gonna be. I mean, I didn't want that experience to ruin parties for you forever or something like that. So, I guess I was just hoping that maybe this one went a little better. I mean, I know most things are probably gonna go better than whatever it is you went through before, but was it maybe good? Oh, it was, huh? That's great. I'm really glad to hear it. I know sometimes it can be kind of awkward to go to a party when you only know, like, one person, especially if that person's always kind of busy, like I was tonight. So, sorry if I was kind of running around everywhere, but it looks like you were able to have a good time with everyone. So, that's good. And I also tried to introduce you to a few people at the start. I thought that maybe that would make it a little bit easier since you kind of had some other people to cling to. And then you were able to just kind of let loose and dance, and I mean, well, honestly, that's my favorite part of this party. Or any party, really. Just dancing. I know that some people want to make sure that I'm actually okay with not getting totally hammered, since that's probably what they come to this kind of thing for, but for me, I really don't care for the alcohol all that much, especially when there's so many other things that I want to be pretty much coherent enough to focus on. But that might be just me. Anyway, I'm super glad that you decided to come tonight. I don't know the whole being fashionably late thing was a factor or whatever, but when you didn't show up right on time, I was actually a little bit nervous that you wouldn't, so. Well, I'm just really glad that you decided to in the end. I know that it's kind of an unexpected pair, the two of us. The smart kid, and then, well, whatever it is that I am, but the few times that I've interacted with you, I've actually had a lot of fun. So I'm super excited to maybe get to know you even better, if you're okay with that. Honestly, well, I know the first two times we met, neither one of us was exactly in the perfect headspace, but maybe that just makes it better. I mean, it's like we have this joint little kind of secret. Well, it's not really that much of a secret, but I don't know. It's just like we sort of have that little shared experience together. Something that no one else has. And, well, I guess for a while, though less so now, I thought that all the kind of different stereotypes, maybe? Types of people at school. Well, I thought that they saw the world in, like, totally different ways. But really, I mean, I think I'm starting to think that actually everyone is capable of skipping class or crying during a party or something like that. So, well,
You've really helped me open my eyes to that kind of thing. So, thanks a lot. 'Cause I feel like it's helping me kind of be less of a jerk about things, which is definitely something that I should probably be working on. Though, I think you already knew that. And even with that stuff, you're also super great. Since, well, I know that I probably insult you like all the time, without meaning to, of course. So, well, sorry about that. I just don't think about what I'm gonna say all that often, so sometimes words just kinda slip out before I think about whether or not they should. So, I'm glad that you usually seem totally cool and just kinda roll with it, so it actually kind of works to talk to you, I guess. It makes it feel a lot easier when I'm not worried that I'm gonna mess something up. So, well, I guess what I'm trying to say with all of this is I'm really glad that you came tonight. And maybe you could come a couple other nights too, if you want to. I know that we haven't really talked all that much, but I would consider you a friend of mine, if that was okay. Oh, it is. And you think the same of me? that's that's really great. I'm super excited to grow on it more. But for now, I really do gotta get this place cleaned up. 'Cause if I don't, my parents are totally going to kill me. Though, I guess it will be a little bit easier since I have you to help me out. Let's get started.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute, just like I said. It's not like I'm gonna skip lunch. I just have to go do something. Jeez, you don't have to treat me like it's an interrogation every time I go to pee, you know. I can do some things by myself. Right, okay. Love you too, and see you soon. Okay, now that they are finally leaving me alone, all I have to do is get up the courage. Come on, Caitlin, it's not even that hard. It's just talking to somebody. You're good at talking. It's basically all you're good at, so just get out there and do it. Hey! Fancy meeting you here at your own locker during school. Anyway, the thing is, I just wanted to check in with you, is all. Probably. I wanted to say thank you again for coming to that party I had the other day. And also, thanks a lot for helping me clean up afterwards. Usually, people don't really bother to stick around for that part, so it was super nice to have a buddy. And even easier to convince my parents that nothing weird happened there over the weekend when I wasn't, like, totally sleep deprived, so you really kind of saved my butt. I guess I was always just so used to having to do it all by myself, so I never really realized how much work it was for one person. That is until you came along, I guess. So, I'm really glad that you did, is all. 'Cause I got finished a lot sooner than usual. Which, like I said, a lot easier to lie to my parents when I've actually had some sleep. Not that you're, like, helping out with my dishonest behavior or anything. I know that you're a bit of a goody two-shoes, so I wouldn't want to make you uncomfy or... No, you're right. That was an insult, wasn't it? Yeah, I really need to learn how to do this kind of thing, huh? Sorry. Anyway, the point is, I'm glad that I didn't have to stay up as late as usual. Well, okay, it was still pretty late, I guess, but that just goes with the territory, you know? Besides, we've both probably stayed up way later than that before. What's that? You haven't? No. You're really telling me that you're such a brainiac kid that you've never even pulled an all-nighter or anything? I mean... Oh, Sorry. There goes another one of those rude comments that I should just keep to myself. But, my bad. I guess I didn't realize that it was that late for you. If I had known before, then I wouldn't have made you stay so long. But if that's the case, then I'm even more thankful that you did, since it was kind of a bigger deal for you to sacrifice your sleep for me. And, well, thanks. It means a lot that you would do something like that for me. And it's even more special that it was you individually. I mean, you saw the way that all my friends just loaded up into those cars, leaving us to clean up the mess. And I know for a fact that all of them have stayed up way later than that before. So, well, I'm just really glad that you were with me, is all. I guess this means I owe you even more than I thought. And, wow, of course I thank you by being rude again. Typical me. So, sorry about that, I guess. But it's not like you took it super badly or anything, right? I mean, you always seem to just kind of roll with whatever I say, so thanks for that. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like I'm never gonna stop owing you for something. Or once I get all of that taken care of, there'll just be another thing. So, speaking of which, actually, no, scratch that. Let's start somewhere else. So the thing is, I don't want to go totally off of stereotypes here, so if I say anything else that's a little not so nice, just tell me to shut up, okay? But you are pretty smart, right? I mean, I don't mean to imply that, just based off of your, looks or anything. It's just that you seem like you always know the answers in class when I have them with you, and, well, you're always doing homework or studying or something brainy like that, so I guess I was just assuming that, well, maybe not smart is the right word, but good at school or something? Not to imply that you're not smart, too, just good at school is easier to notice and stuff, and okay, I'm kind of rambling a bit, huh? I guess what I'm trying to say, even though it might be a little bit of a no-no to actually come out and ask, but you seem to have pretty good grades, right? I mean, I know that one time we met up in the hall when we were both skipping that one test probably wasn't the best ever day for you, grade-wise, but, well, you probably still ended up doing a lot better than I did, even after the makeup. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, well, first of all, I'm gonna just go ahead and say sorry if it's a little uncomfy or anything, but just, you do have really good grades, right? Just a quick yes or no. Oh, you do, huh? Yeah, that's kinda what I thought. Not that I'm surprised or anything, or that I wanted to assume, or... Sorry, I'm just digging myself deeper into this hole now. So, hang on. Let me see if I can kind of start over, if that's okay. I mean, I know I already did start over, at least once, but just one more time, okay? Okay. The thing is, I don't know if you were able to put two and two together, but I'm not exactly the type of girl that ends up teacher's pet a whole lot, especially compared to you. Sorry for the implication, again, but I definitely have evidence of that one. I'm with you in English class. I mean, sometimes I'll get lucky and my teacher will be like a sports coach that my boyfriend likes or something like that, but, well, let's just say that me skipping class is something that happens a little bit more regularly than you probably do. And, well, when I do stay up all night, it's not exactly for studying. So, what I'm trying to say is, well, I guess there's not really any nice way to say it, but my grades aren't exactly the best that they could be. Actually, kind of the opposite of that. And, well, it's gotten to the point that my parents are even starting to notice. So, that's how you know it's bad. Normally, that wouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean, I'm pretty good at just blowing them off, even on their worst days, especially with this kind of stuff. But, well, if I'm gonna keep on having all these crazy parties every time they leave for the weekend, then I'm gonna need to make sure that there's not any extra eyes on my back. And them being sticklers about grades is definitely not gonna help all those other little secrets that I like to keep. So, basically, I really need to get those up as soon as possible. And I've been trying to study and stuff, but my brain just doesn't absorb anything, and I've just never done something like that before. I'm not trying to say that I've never worked hard for anything before. At least, I hope that's not true. But, well, getting all the answers right on a history test seems like a mountain compared to just, I don't know, maintaining social circles or whatever else I do. That probably sounds so stupid to someone like you. But it's not that I totally don't know how to just do my homework, like I have in the past. It's just I don't really know what it feels like if you stop paying attention for one day and then everyone's just kind of moved on without you, so even when you do go to class, it's totally not helpful. Maybe? Sorry, this is kinda not making any sense, huh? The bottom line is, I guess, I really need to fix my grades. And if you haven't noticed, most of the people I usually hang out with aren't exactly grade A students either. So even if they would offer to help me, I'm not sure if they would be super great about it. And so I was thinking, is there anyone that maybe knows a thing or two about having good grades? And I thought of you. Not that I want you to feel obligated to say yes or anything. I mean, I know I invited you to all those parties, but really, it's because I wanted you to be there and not some awful ulterior motive. And really, I was just helping myself in the end, since you ended up cleaning with me, and then you didn't tell anybody about that time I was skipping class, and also all the kind of not so nice things I said about my friends. I mean, not unkind, super, but well, I'm not trying to imply that I invited you to the parties to make up for that or anything. 'Cause the truth is, I really do like you being there and being around. But I totally get how this kind of feels like I'm just paying you off with social standing for a little bit of help, so I understand if I've kind of reached the end of that rope. I guess I'm not really the best at asking for help from people. But what I'm trying to say is, I know that you're a really good person, and I just found out for sure that you have really good grades, so if you were willing to help a girl out, I would really appreciate it. And I could pay you, of course, or give you some other thing, or invite you places, buy you milkshakes. I mean, whatever you need. Just something to make it up to you. But really, I could just really use the help. So, I know that I said before that I'm never really gonna stop owing you, and I guess this just kind of furthers the problem rather than helping it, but I need help. And if you're willing to give it, then that would be super awesome. So, what do you say? Are you willing to tutor me? You are? Oh my gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much! I really owe you the world right now. You're like my savior. And I'll make sure that I make it worth it to you. Oh, hey, there you are. Not that I thought that you wouldn't be here or anything. It's just that, well, I guess it would make sense that you were here way before me, especially since I was kind of late. Sorry about that. I know that we said we'd meet up here after school, but I don't know. I guess I just didn't realize how much stuff I actually did after school. I mean, I have to go to my locker, and I have to talk to everybody and make sure everyone's cool and stuff. And, well, today I had a little added bonus of trying to explain to my boyfriend why we weren't riding home together, and that took, like, a really long time because. Actually, sorry. I guess that's not really any of your problem, huh? I think we both know that you already know a little bit too much about my wonky relationship. Not that it's bad or anything. I mean, I know you've kind of seen him around and stuff, and he doesn't usually seem like the nicest guy in the world, but really, he is. Okay, well, maybe not the nicest guy in the world, but he's up there. He's fine. So, no need to worry about anything like that. Probably. Yeah, you're right. He did kind of ditch me that one time when we first met. But that was just a one-off. And I can't exactly blame him for not wanting to skip class. I mean, really, I was the bad influence for that one. And I'm sure stuff like that happens all the time to all kinds of different couples. So, it's really no big deal. Just making mountains out of molehills. You know me. So, really, nothing to worry about. Not from you, or from me either, really. So, yeah. I mean, it has nothing to do with the real reason I came here in the first place anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Sorry. I guess it was me that brought it up. I really need to learn how to stop talking, huh? Speaking of which, I was saying something important and it, like, totally slipped my mind. Let me think. Oh, I was trying to tell you that I was sorry I'm late. Jeez. I already went on that whole rant when I first asked you to do this about how super grateful I was and I would never stop owing you for everything. And then I just go and treat you badly and say mean things, and I'm super late to our first session, so I guess I'm off to a really great start as a student. Or tutor person? What's the term for it? You would be called a tutorer, so would I be called the tutoree? That doesn't sound right. I don't know. You're the smart one. That's the whole point of this, right? Right. Okay, well, I guess me rambling isn't really gonna help me get my grades up at all. And I know you didn't exactly come here just to hear me talk your ear off, so I don't want to bother you with that kind of stuff. So, here we go. Tutoring. Can I just sit down here, if that's alright? Alright, cool. Sorry, I guess I don't really know how to do this at all. Where do you want to start? Sorry, I'm just kind of out of my comfort zone. It's not like I totally don't know how to study. Like, I've done my homework before, totally, like, in the past. Just, like, not so much recently. So, I don't know how this kind of is supposed to go at all. Well, I guess I probably should have tried to figure that out before I dragged you over here. So, sorry about that. But I guess it's kinda too late now, huh? Do you have anywhere that you think it would be easy for you to start? Oh, you think I should pick a subject? Yeah, that works out, I guess. It would kind of make sense for me to do that since it's my grades that are totally out of whack. And, well, it's my butt that's on the line if my parents find out about them, so. Right. Let me think. We should probably start with the subject that I'm doing the worst in, right? Or Should we start with the one that's the easiest to fix? Sorry, I didn't really think this through beforehand. Jeez, I'm already so bad at this, and we only just started. Let me think. Hmm? What's that? Oh, you think I should start with whatever's the worst? Yeah, I guess that makes sense, since it would have further to go before it gets back to where I need it to be. Let me just think about which one that is. I'm doing pretty bad in English right now. Like, that's probably the lowest grade technically, but I feel way more confused in, like, math and all that stuff since it kind of builds on itself. And, well, history's pretty bad too since it's all memorization, and I never really bothered with that. And, well, yeah, okay, basically everything is an absolute disaster. Sorry, I probably should have told you that before you signed on. It's kind of unfair to leave you with this giant mess and not have even told you that it's such a big one. And then I just expect you to help me untangle it. 'Cause I guess I just asked you to. Nothing else. Yeah, sorry. I guess this is kind of a really big disaster. I mean, that's why I asked for help in the first place, or else I wouldn't have bothered wasting your time or anything. It's just, well, I guess I'm not used to not being on top of things. So, when I'm not really the one in charge, or the best in the room at something, I kind of choke, maybe is the best word. But I guess the point is that I'm supposed to be getting more comfortable with this, right? And I mean, I'm sure you do stuff that's out of your element all the time. I mean, just hanging out here with me probably is. And then there's going to all those parties. And I mean, you manage to have a good time, right? I mean, I'm not meaning to say that you can't have a good time or that you don't know what fun is at all or anything. It's just, I don't know. I was thinking that since you managed to have a good time at a place that was like totally out of your element, then maybe I stand a chance being here when I'm out of mine. Sorry. I guess even when I'm trying to give someone a compliment, it comes off as mean. But that's not why you're here anyway. Sorry. I guess it's not really your job to deal with how I feel in the classroom, just that I actually am able to function, maybe kind of. Especially since you have so much on your plate already with all this mess I brought. And, well, sorry that I still can't figure out how to talk to you. Let's see. Back to the task at hand, right? I'm doing pretty bad in all of my subjects, but, well, I think the one that's probably stressing me out the most right now is English. There's that essay coming up, and, well, I'm obviously doing pretty bad everywhere, but I figure we can start with the most current stuff and then work our way backwards, and then forwards after we've gone backwards. Okay, so that made a lot more sense in my head. Why is it that as soon as things come out of my mouth, they always sound mean or stupid or whatever else? Are you laughing at me? Talk about mean. Though, okay, I guess it is kind of funny what I said, so I guess I won't blame you. Not that much, anyway. But we have serious business to attend to, like my horrible, horrible grades. So maybe you could help me with the essay? Does that sound good? Awesome. Thanks so much. That's probably the one assignment that I'm the most stressed out about at the moment, so maybe we start there and then kind of jump around like that? Sorry if that's not super helpful to your methods or anything, but we can change it or... Oh, that is okay with you? Okay, awesome. Yeah, whatever works out for the both of us, then that's good with me. So, I guess today's all about writing? What's that? Oh, you want to know how far I've gotten? Right. Well, is I haven't even started too lame of an answer. Okay, yeah, I know that we were supposed to, technically have thesis statements, weeks ago and stuff, and then they, hold your hand through the whole thing, but I'm maybe not so great at having my hand held. I mean, not like that, anyway. Sorry, I sound so stupid right now. I don't know. I bet you think I'm a whole idiot. Oh, you don't? That's really nice of you, actually. I guess maybe it's just me projecting, but sometimes I worry that kind of the stereotypes go both ways. I mean, I have to try really hard not to think of, the Brainiac kids as, some kind of antisocial group and stuff, so I don't know. I guess sometimes I just worry that people like you, that have a future and seem like they know what they're doing in school and have good grades and college letters and all that, well, I guess I just feel like they kind of think I'm dumb sometimes. That's part of the reason I'm so nervous around people like you. But, well, I guess it was kind of wrong of me to assume that you guys would be judgmental, not the way that my other friends are. Not that my friends are super judgmental. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It just kind of fell out. Dang, I really can't figure out how to keep my mouth shut when it's good for me, can I? Okay, so I guess you know a lot more about my friend group than you probably wanted to now. So, sorry about that. And maybe don't tell them if you can. I mean, I don't think that you would or anything, or that you'd want to, but I don't know. I've just kind of been on thin ice a little bit recently for totally unrelated reasons, and, well, having them find out that I was talking bad about them behind their back, that would probably be the final nail in my social coffin, so to speak. So, if we could maybe just keep this between us, that might be better. Sorry. I'm sure you have better things to think about than my stupid drama. And I guess I probably should too, especially with my grades this low. So, sorry again for talking when we're supposed to be working. But also, kind of, thanks for listening. But anyway, back to the reason that we both came here in the first place. Essays! Yay! So excited. But, well, at least I don't have to do it alone now. That makes it much better. And hopefully it can just keep on getting even better from now on. So, I don't know if I've said this enough exactly, but thank you so much for your help. It means everything to me. So I'm not gonna forget it. Hey! Whoa, sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. I guess I did kind of just sneak up on you there. Or, really. Actually, the thing is, I kind of was just standing in front of my locker for forever, just kind of waiting for you to come by. Is that creepy? Okay, yeah, that's super creepy. You're right. Sorry. I guess I should have just asked. And probably shouldn't have told you either, but here we are, again, with me needing to learn how to keep my mouth shut. Anyway, I'm glad that you did finally decide to come by. Usually you're not here earlier. Not that I notice things like that about you. Well, I mean, these days, usually after school, I go to my locker and then deal with my friends and all that, and then come back here, and then you're by your locker, and then we walk down to the classroom to tutor together. Which is actually kind of why I came here. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Oh, that's a scary face. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. Sorry, you just make the funniest expressions sometimes. You do too. Oh, wait, hang on.
I didn't mean that as an insult. Like, I'm not meaning to say that your face is funny or stupid or anything like that. Oh, jeez. Even when I try to give a compliment to somebody, it comes out all weird, doesn't it? What I meant to say is that your expressions and reaction to things are always super, I don't know, informative maybe? You know I'm not good at words. I guess it's kind of like, I don't know. You're like super quiet, and even when you do talk, you don't say much, but, well, I feel like sometimes your face kind of just does the talking for you. What's that saying that people have? A picture's worth 100 words or whatever? Or was it 1,000? I don't remember. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. The point is, I don't know. I just feel like, even though you don't talk super often, or you're kind of quiet when you do, it's like your face just kind of explains everything. And a lot faster than words would, too. So it's kind of entertaining sometimes? Does that sound insulting? Geez, I don't know how to say it without sounding like I'm trying to be mean to you, but I promise I mean it as a compliment. It's really fun to see your reactions to things. And it's not always funny things, either, like when I actually get something right on the homework or working together, I know, even if you don't say anything. I can just kind of tell. And it's not just your face either, it's like your whole body, kind of. Like your aura almost. Like your very soul is saying the things that your mouth doesn't. Oh, there goes another one of those scary faces. Okay, yeah, so that was probably a bit too deep for just a conversation about facial expressions, but I don't know. That's what it feels like, is all. I guess I'm so used to being around people that are usually pretty articulate with their words, and they can say a lot of things, and even make them sound nice or pretty or whatever, and, well, I'm sure that most of my friends probably work pretty hard to be able to do stuff like that. I mean, a big part of being social is actually talking. That makes sense. But, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like the people around me say things that they don't exactly really mean. Not that they, like, totally don't mean them at all, 'cause, like, their face isn't in it, or just they're distracted or something, but I don't know. I guess you feel really genuine with your reactions. It's not just like your mouth is saying one thing and your brain is thinking another that's totally different, or that you're purposely saying something that you don't really think. I don't know if that counts as lying exactly, but I don't think it's exactly the truth either. But when I hang out with you, it's all different. I feel like you're always giving me the truth. No matter what your mouth is saying, your face always matches. So, even if you're not using your lips to communicate exactly, I know what you mean, and I trust it. So, I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate it. It goes a long way to make me feel really comfortable around you, and really believe you when you say all those super nice things to me. Like that you think I did a good job on my homework, or that I'm getting better with the tutoring sessions, or anything like that. So, sorry, I guess, if that was kind of really long-winded, but really I was just trying to say that even though I know you don't exactly say what you're feeling all the time, I do notice, and I'm super glad. So, thanks, I think. That's all. But anyway, the actual reason that I came by today is not that, even though I just wasted a lot of time with that, and my time, and your time, and I bet your time is even more valuable than my time. But, well, I know that we don't usually have tutoring sessions today, but I just couldn't wait until the next time I officially saw you to let you know. But, you know that math test that I've been, like, super stressed out about? Yeah, that's the one. The one that I thought I was totally, absolutely, positively going to fail, And then you said that I actually made a lot of progress, and you thought I might stand a chance, and I told you we're crazy, and you just said, well, we'll see. Well, it turns out that you were right. More than right, actually, 'cause I ended up getting a... Hang on, I gotta make this important, and I know that you don't like a whole lot of drama and pizzazz, but you'll have to indulge me for just this one time. So, on the math test, I wound up getting a... Wait for it. Drum roll, please. And I cannot emphasize this enough. This is super important. It is the highest grade that I have ever received in, like, literally the history of forever. Okay, are you ready? I got a 96. Woo! Yay! Okay, so I know that you're not making those kind of embarrassing loud cheering noises, but your face is, like I said, so I'll still say that it counts. Anyway, sorry if that was kind of just a lame reason to come all the way over here to bother you. I know you've got lots of things to do, like get a hundreds on probably every single test you take, and make my 96 seem like a stupid thing to celebrate, but, well, that's not something that I've ever even thought would be possible for me. So, I know it might seem kind of stupid to you, but this is a really big deal. For me, anyway. And really, it's all thanks to you for agreeing to help me. So it's kind of your victory, too. Even though it might be a smaller one for you. Honestly, when I first asked you to tutor me, I was just kind of hoping that I'd be able to, like, not fail. But little did I know that you'd actually be, like, the best teacher in the entire world. Seriously, you should think about that as a career choice. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I'm really glad that you were able to put in the work to help me. And it's totally paying off. I guess I know that some of it's probably my own work too, since I'm the one that, like, studied for it and took the test and had to learn everything that you probably already knew since, like, before they even taught it to us, to be honest. But, well, you're the one that gave me the motivation to do all of that in the first place, so I owe some of that to you too anyway. I'm not used to being the type of girl that gets high scores. More like the one that gets dirty looks from teachers the moment she walks in the door. And worse. But you've helped me be able to kind of change that. And it's not something that I'm gonna forget anytime soon. So, I just want you to know how important it is to me that you were able to help. When I first came to you, just a passing grade felt like it was gonna take a miracle. And now I'm actually starting to make a difference. If I keep this up, my GPA might manage to get itself out of the toilet as well. And I know that's probably all just easy stuff for someone like you who already knew how to study and make teachers like you and get good grades and all that. I mean, a 96 probably wouldn't be a super big deal to you, or something that would be a super big stressor since you're just kind of smart enough to do it all the time. I know that you work hard, of course. I mean, I've seen what your homework looks like for all those advanced classes you take. And honestly, I could never even fathom how much work it would take for me to get to that kind of thing. Honestly, seeing you be able to even think about doing something like that, it's kind of super inspiring. But that just takes us back to me using you as motivation, I guess. So, in the end, well, on top of just announcing that I got that score, is thank you so much. Because I know that I never would have been able to do this without you. So, yeah, I just felt like you needed to know that. I don't know if I've said it like a couple times now, which is honestly kind of rough for me, but really, thank you so much. I promise I won't let it go to waste. Hey. I was hoping that I would be able to catch you.
I guess I'm not used to being in this area just before lunch, since we usually meet here at the end of the day before tutoring and all that. Or, well, sometimes at the beginning, too. Or other times. And, well, actually, I guess we've kind of been meeting here a lot recently, haven't we? It's kind of a habit now. Funny how that works, I guess. I mean, one day it's like you barely know a person, and then you see them here and there, and then you're friends, I guess. I hope that's what we are, anyway. So, actually, I've been coming down to your locker a lot recently to ask you this or that, so sorry if it's annoying at all. I don't want to, burden you with all of my random stuff or anything, especially since you've been so much of a help to me with other stuff. I mean, with the tutoring me and then the just hanging out, but really just everything. And also just listening to me ramble has been really nice. I know I've said that before, but I don't know. There's just some things that I can't say to my other friends, you know? And not that they're bad friends or anything. They're really great. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes maybe they can get a little judgmental. That sounds a bit too harsh. I don't mean to, bash them or anything, since, like I said, they really are good friends. And that would be the last thing my reputation needs, people finding out that I'd been talking behind their backs. But I know you won't tell anyone anyway. And I don't know. I guess sometimes it's just better to talk to someone who's maybe not in my immediate group. Maybe for that reason. Since, well, sometimes things that I say can be kind of taken out of context, and, well, maybe used against me just a little bit. Not that they're mean or anything, I wouldn't want to imply that, but, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm glad that I have someone outside of that group that I'm able to talk to more regularly now. It's just, sometimes it feels like I can't actually talk to the people inside of the group about things that are happening inside of the group, since if they're inside of the group, then they'll talk to other people inside of the group, and I just use that phrase a whole lot. Sorry. I guess I'm kind of rambling a bit. The thing is, the actual reason that I came here was kind of to ask you another favor. I know, I still haven't, properly paid you back for the tutoring and the helping me out at the party and all that, and, well, I'm really sorry about that. But I don't know if there's anything I can do to make it up to you, and I promise that I'll do my best to figure it out one day, but. What's that? Oh, you don't mind helping me out? For real? Thanks for that. I kind of feel like I'm taking advantage of you as a friend sometimes. But I guess I'm not used to relationships where it's not kind of transactional. I don't know if I would use that word exactly, but I don't know, it's what made sense in my head. It's kind of like my other friendships that I've had. It's just like, I'll do something for you if you do something for me, and then I'll do something for you, and on and on. And it's just really important to everyone that both parts are always even. But I don't know. It's kind of exhausting sometimes to keep track of who owes who and how much and all that. I mean, it's fine sometimes since everyone gets helped out when they need it, but I don't know. Sometimes it feels like people are only friends with me so that they can get things out of me, instead of, wanting to be friends. And I don't usually feel that way with you. So it's really kind of nice, actually, especially compared to the other groups that I'm in. Anyway, the thing that I was meaning to ask you is, would you happen to have an empty seat at your lunch table by chance?
I've seen you around the cafeteria a couple times, but I always seem to lose track of where you sit. I mean, lunch is kind of chaotic for me since I have all my friends to deal with and my boyfriend and all that other stuff. I mean, I know that schoolwork is hard and stuff, but sometimes social life can kind of be hard work too. I mean, I remembered this week how you told me that you'd rather do homework than try to navigate a conversation or friend group. And, well, I didn't really understand what you meant at the time, but I think I kind of do now. Or I have been more than ever this past week or so. I guess, well, I'll spare you the details since you probably already know way more about me and my other friend group than you probably ever wanted to know. And I guess it's not really your problem, whatever's going on over there, but, well, hypothetically, I might be looking to find a different lunch table. For just today, probably. Oh, well, okay, maybe a little bit longer than today, like a week, maybe? Okay, maybe longer than that, too. Actually, I don't know how long it will be, but, well, the thing is, I can't really sit at my usual lunch table right now. For reasons that you would probably think are super boring and stupid and all of that, but I guess the thing is that I'm asking if it's okay if I could tag along with you instead. If not, that's totally fine too. I mean, I could always hide in the bathroom or something like that. That's what I used to do back in elementary school before I had all these friends anyway. But, well, if I could not do that, then that would be nice. So, I was trying to think of people that I could maybe join in with that weren't from that group and already sitting at that table, and I thought of you. So, if it's not a bother, I would love to join you. What? No, don't get the wrong idea or anything. Everything's totally fine, like I said. My friend group just gets a little difficult sometimes. Maybe. But totally nothing to worry about. And it's not like I'm avoiding anybody, so nothing to question there. I was just hoping for a change of scene. That's the only reason. So I thought that I would sit at your table instead of mine, and then I could chat with you during lunch instead of all of my totally, definitely still my friends. Yeah, okay, so I guess we both know that I've never really been the best at lying. The thing is, well, me and my friend group might have gotten into a little eensy teensy weensy fight. It wasn't anything like super serious, but it's just, well, it would be a little bit awkward for me to hang out there. I mean, I don't think I was officially kicked out, but I don't know. It's just been kind of a long week or so, and I just don't really want to hang out with people. Not that I don't want to hang out with you, of course, or that you're not like normal people. It's just I need to not be around them for a little bit. And I would still like to have someone to talk to. And since you're so good at being open and nice and non-judgmental, well, I thought that you'd be perfectly refreshing after what just happened. But if you don't want to, then that's totally fine too. I understand. I mean, my friend groups had fights before. I mean, nothing this big before, but there's a first for everything, right? And I could probably fix it if I tried really hard. And if I wanted to, I guess. So, if this doesn't work out, then it's totally not a big deal, and I'll just sulk for a bit and then work it out and go back to where I came from. I bet if I show up with my tail between my legs and just apologize, then I'll mostly have smoothed things over. Really, all I'm avoiding is the awkwardness, I guess. Oh, what's that? You want to know what the fight was about? Oh, well, just the usual stuff. Nothing all that important. Or nothing that would seem important to someone like you. I mean, friend groups have fights all the time, right? So, really, nothing to worry about. And nothing that really pertains to you. Okay, well, actually, I guess I might as well go ahead and tell you. But promise me that you won't be mad or anything like that to have your feelings hurt. Okay. So, the thing is, some people in my friend group, actually, mostly just one person who may or may not be my boyfriend, is just a little teensy bit upset that I've been hanging out with you a little bit more than I've been hanging out with them after school. And I keep telling them that it's just tutoring and I'm trying to work more on my homework and that's why I can't host parties or go out as much, but I don't know. I guess they're just not really understanding. Which, to be fair, kind of makes sense to me too. I mean, it's not like I've ever done anything like this before, with the studying and the tests and all that, and mostly, well, they probably can't even fathom being able to spend that much time on school while your social life just kind of withers and dies. But at the same time, some of them are actually, a lot smarter than me to start with, so they don't have to work as hard to actually get decent grades. Or, well, maybe they just don't care. That's probably part of it, too. But, well, I guess the main thing is that some of them are kind of mad that I've been hanging out with you more than I've been hanging out with them. Not that that's the only thing that I've been doing. I mean, a lot of the studying and things like that I've done on my own. So it's really just them being mad that I'm putting them off for schoolwork. And not you specifically. But, well, I don't know. I guess the best way to fix it would be to hang out with you less. And I don't know. I know that would probably help get them off my back, but I thought about it, and that's not something that I want to do. Because I know that we first met up kind of by chance, and then by necessity on my part for the tutoring, but actually, I really like spending time with you. And, well, I don't want to have to choose between my other friend group and you, but if they're gonna make me choose, then, well, I haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do about it, but I do know that you're definitely a lot nicer to me than they are, especially in these past few weeks. So, sorry that this is kind of sudden and kind of weird to put out there, or if I'm talking too much or something like that, but really, I would just appreciate it if I was able to sit at your lunch table. And not just because I need an escape from the other friend group either, but because I'd really like to talk to you and spend more time with you outside of just the tutoring stuff. So, if it's okay with you, I'd love to join you. It is okay? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You're like a lifesaver to me. I'm so glad that we were able to meet. I mean, I knew that my friend group was kind of not the best before, but I think this kind of brought out the worst in them. And let me see that maybe they're not the kind of people that I want to be hanging out with all the time. And also, since you're so nice, you've kind of shown me what real friends are like. So, I really appreciate it. It's not something that I'm gonna forget. Oh, hey, you're still here. Sorry.
I guess I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I'm glad to see you and to know that you waited for me and everything, but I also feel kind of bad that I made you sit here alone since I'm so late. I mean, I know that I'm usually kind of late most of the time, but I'm like really late now, so sorry about that. I just kind of got caught up doing something. But it doesn't really matter that much, since I'm here and you've probably already heard way more about my life than you ever wanted to, so I'll spare you the details of the silly little hang-ups that are probably not that important anyway. But, yeah. So, what are we working on today? Math or English? English is good. You're good at helping me with English, and. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I've just been having a bit of a day today, so. Maybe if we could just take it kind of slower this time? Not that you're going too fast most of the time or anything. You're really actually really great. It's just, I'm a little worn out after today. So, maybe it's just that I've been using my brain for social stuff, and now there's no room for schoolwork, which I guess was my whole problem in the first place, but here we are, so sorry about that. And sorry if I'm kind of like out of it or not here all the way. Like I said, it's been a bit of a long day for me. So sorry in advance since I'm kind of out of it, and sorry again for being so late. I didn't mean to make you wait all this time. If I'd known that it would take so long, then I would have just canceled and not made you sit like this for me to come in late and then not really be able to do anything, but since I'm here, well, sorry, but I know schoolwork is important and all that, but can I just take a minute? Grades are important. I mean, you've helped me learn that better than anybody else could have. And I'm really glad that you've been helping me to make some decent progress. But today, I might just need to sit, if that's okay. Oh, what's that? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. Well, okay, so something kind of is wrong. And we both know that I'm pretty much the world's worst liar, but I guess you saw right through that one regardless. But if you don't want to be bothered with everything that's going on in my life, then you can just pretend that it doesn't sound like I'm totally lying here, and I'll try to give you more convincing ones. And then you'll have a better excuse to just pretend you didn't notice anything was off. I'm totally good, and everything's fine, and totally nothing happened earlier today that made me totally upset and not wanting to do any homework. So, yeah, that one was kind of worse than the first one, wasn't it? Yeah, I guess I'll just stop while I'm ahead. Well, not exactly ahead, but you know what I mean. I guess it is kind of weird to rant on about something like this and then not actually tell you what happened, but I don't know. I feel so bad just dumping all of my random drama on you, especially when it's not really anything that has to do with you, so nothing that you should have to deal with by listening to me. And I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of unfair to make you listen to all my random rambling when I'm sure you probably have plenty of other things to deal with that are way more important than my stupid petty dramas. But I guess that I appreciate that you ask anyway. But I want to make sure that you actually mean it before I dump more crap on you. 'Cause, well, even though I know that you ask and you say you don't mind, I sometimes feel kind of guilty that I'm just shoving my whole life down your throat when, I don't know. Sometimes it's just hard for me to gauge when someone actually wants to know or if they're just being polite or something like that. No. I guess with you, you've never seemed rude or upset or judgmental about it, so maybe it's okay. But I still feel bad dumping all of this on you otherwise.
I mean, I know that you're not gonna be mean to me or anything, but I want to make sure that I'm not being mean to you by sharing things that you probably didn't need to know is all. What's that? Oh, really? You're sure that you really want to know? And it's not just because you're being polite or trying to help me feel better or any of that. 'Cause I don't want to, dump crap on you and make you feel bad when you've been having a good day, and I mean, I know that I'm not having a good day, but it feels unfair to take away from yours, if that's something that's gonna happen, so I don't want to force it on you or make it seem like you'll be rude if you say no or anything like that. You're sure you don't mind? Uh, okay. Thank you. I feel a little guilty saying it, but I was kind of hoping that you would say that, actually. I mean, I don't want to, always assume that you'll be willing to, listen to me and stuff, but it has been pretty nice when you do. Like I've said before, my other friend group can get a little, I don't know. They just don't take bad news well? Maybe that's a nice way to put it. The nicest way I can, anyway. But the thing is, oh well, you remember how the other day I asked to sit at your lunch table? And you said yes, which, by the way, I'm still super grateful for. But the thing was, the little fight that kind of made me not want to sit at my own, for awkward reasons, well, it might have escalated just a little teensy teeny bit. And, basically, some of my friends were pretty mad that I wasn't sitting with them, and then I guess sitting with you was kind of like salt in the wound, since they were upset that I was spending so much time with you outside of school and not them, and then I tried to tell them that it was just for schoolwork and that kind of thing, but they weren't really understanding that part, and, well, one person in particular was really not so happy. Do you remember my boyfriend? You've probably seen him around. Or, when he stood me up when we first met to skip class together. Or when he got too drunk to help me put together the party and all that. Yeah, that's the guy. Usually, I would say that I don't mean to paint him in a bad light or anything, 'cause, he's a super nice guy and stuff, but, well, I guess he still kind of is. A little bit. But, I don't know. He can be kind of possessive, I guess. And, well, he was kind of particularly pretty mad that I was hanging out with people other than him. So that was kind of going on in the background a bit, and, well, I know that I didn't really say anything about it at the time, but I don't know. I guess I felt like it wasn't really fair to bring up all that drama with you. I mean, not for you to have to deal with it, and also not for him, 'cause I don't want to act like I was talking bad behind anybody's back and all that. And I am the one that chose to date him. And I kind of knew that he had some flaws going in, but then, once I was actually there and with him all the time, I saw that they were kind of bigger than I anticipated. And, well, I don't know. I guess this past week has kind of seen it all cave in a bit. But I decided to break up with him. I did break up with him. I broke up with him just now, before I came in. So, yeah. And I know it seems like a super big deal, and I don't want to make it seem like it's you or your fault or anything like that, and I wasn't really planning to tell you, 'cause, I mean, it wasn't exactly a spur-of-the-moment thing. I totally did think it through and, thought of pros and cons, but when he came up to me and I was coming down here, and he wanted me to go out with him instead of staying here with you, and I don't know, it just kind of came out when I really wasn't planning for it to. And, well, Yeah, here we are. So, I guess I'm single again. Yay! But, actually, I think I might need a minute. I mean, I know I'm the one that broke up with him, but I don't know. I guess you could say that it was kind of messy. I mean, he's gotten kind of yelly at me before, but this was more than usual. And, well, usually I don't mind, or I can take it, or something like that, but I don't know. This time was pretty bad. But since we're broken up now, I don't have to deal with it anymore, so I'm happy about that. Even though, well, it definitely wasn't a good experience all around. I suppose nobody really wants to be the one that has to say, hey, we're gonna break up or anything, but, well, I'm glad I did. Even though I'm kind of not so happy right now in this moment. I'm so sorry again if it seems like I'm dumping all of this on you, but in good news, I'll be able to hang out with you easier than I was before. Oh well, it probably won't affect you at all, but since I've, totally severed off all my friends, breaking up with him, I guess, means that I don't have anyone to divide my time up with. So, it's just you and me. But that's not so bad, right? I mean, I understand if you don't want to be besties or anything. I mean, I know that it would be kind of unfair to just throw myself at you like some popular kid clique refugee, but, well, I really do appreciate hanging out with you. So, if I'm not totally too annoying, then maybe we could hang out a little bit more, if you wanted to. Yeah, that would be great. I actually feel a lot better now, since we've chatted a bit. Thank you for kind of always being there for me. I guess that I never really saw all of the bad things about my old friend group until I saw what friends could actually be like when I met you. So, thanks for opening my eyes to that. It's not something that I'm gonna forget. It's not something that I ever want to. So, thank you. And on that note, I actually have a pretty hard English essay coming up. So, if you could help me? Thanks so much. Oh, hey! There you are. I'm glad that you're here. Well, it's just, after last time, I was a little worried that you might not show up. I mean, I know that you're usually really good at keeping up communications and being here early. Well, I would assume it's early. It's definitely before I show up, but that's usually pretty late. Talk about contrast, huh? Sorry about that. I keep on owing you more and more for all the stuff that you're giving me, and I'm really great at repaying it, aren't I? But honestly, I am really grateful for all the help that you've been giving me. Even though I don't act like it with the not even bothering to show up on time. Even though I don't exactly have any friends anymore to... Well, it doesn't really matter. It's just more boring stuff about me that you probably don't really care about. Really, I'm super glad that you're here. That you agreed to do this in the first place was already super cool, obviously. But I'm glad that you still decided to show up after everything that happened last time. I really didn't mean to kind of just start talking and then I ended up throwing everything at you all at once like that. But here we are. So, sorry about that. A lot more than you can probably know. I didn't mean to ramble on like that or make my problems seem like your problems too or anything.
I know I hate it when other people do that to me. My crappy boyfriend really isn't any of your business, so I shouldn't have made it like that. Though, I guess he's an ex-boyfriend now, huh? That's so weird. Sorry, I'm just still trying to kind of wrap my head around everything. It's just that the two of us, we've been dating for so long. Have been dating for so long. I mean, it was your basic love at first sight, and then we immediately started going out and never really stopped to think about whether or not we actually wanted to. But I know that with me kind of pulling away from my old friend group, or just talking to other people that, well, maybe my other friend group didn't really see as the right type of people, I think that's where everything kind of went off course. Not that that's your fault at all, obviously. I know that I'm definitely benefiting from some of your nerdiness, case in point. But, well, other people might not see it that way. Actually, they just don't see it that way. And, well, they would probably understand why a lot better than I could figure it out. But, well, I think in the end, regardless of exactly what happened or what it had to do with who I was hanging out with, I actually think I'm kind of glad that it did. I mean, I am sad to not have a boyfriend anymore. Any kind of breakup sucks, even the best ones, and this one, well, I guess I can put it simple and say it was a bit messy. Okay, maybe a lot messy, like screaming, crying, throwing stuff at each other messy, but, well, that's not that much different than what the rest of our relationship was like anyway, so I guess I'm not all that surprised. And it did go pretty well overall, considering everything. But the point is, if we ended up breaking up over something this small, it just means that's because there were already a lot of cracks in the relationship ahead of time. So, I guess I am glad that it ended up happening sooner rather than later. In the end. Even though it's still kind of not so much now. Or in the moment. But... Right! Tutoring! Sorry. It feels like every time I come in here, I end up having a little therapy session instead of an academic one. Sorry about that. It's just... well... At first I thought we were gonna be just kind of okay friends, since I didn't really know you, and it was just kind of chance that we ran into each other. I didn't realize that we could make such easy company so quick. But then we ended up being really good friends since, well, at first I kind of thought it was because there were so many things that I could tell you that I couldn't tell the other people I talked to since they were already in my friend group. And since you weren't part of that group, it means that you couldn't exactly snitch on me for talking behind other people's backs or anything like that. But now that I'm kind of out of that group and looking at things better, I'm wondering if maybe this is what real friends are. That real friends is just what you and I had all along. I mean, I guess I never really thought about friendship all that hard before, 'cause I just kind of always had it. But, to be honest, I wouldn't really trust any of the other people that I used to hang out with, really as far as I could throw them. I mean, we saw each other all the time. Best friends for life since we were little kids and all that. Matching necklaces and everything. But, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if any of us actually like each other. If it was just me and my boyfriend that was keeping everyone on the same path, 'cause it's what we've always done. I think that just further proves that you and I actually click, you know? I mean, I know it felt like we kind of were brought together by them, with the skipping class and then the party so I could keep hanging out with you. Is that horrible of me? Yeah, you're right. It probably is, so sorry. But I'm not sorry that I get to hang out with you. That part's pretty great. Which is why... Oh, but sorry. Back to what we were doing. What is that again? Oh, math. Right. I can think about math. Numbers. Yay. Yeah, okay, you're right. I totally can't think about math today. The thing is, well, I'm just the type of person that once something gets into my head, it doesn't really leave until I act on it. And, well, there's this thing that's kind of been floating around in my brain for a while. I thought that maybe I could bring it up to you next to the lockers, since I kind of meet you sometimes. But, well, actually I meet you there kind of a lot these days, don't I? Anyway, I decided not to mention it then, 'cause I was worried that it kind of might turn into a conversation, and one that you wouldn't really want anyone else to see. And the lockers are just such a public place, so I figured I'd wait, but then it felt awkward here too, and I don't want to mess anything up. Like I said, our friendship is really important to me. Like, maybe the most important thing to me, honestly, right now. Or maybe ever. And that's something that I don't want to lose. At all. So... yeah. Okay, you're right. The best thing to do is just get everything on the table, right? Jeez. I don't know why I'm so nervous about this all of a sudden. It's not like it's anything I haven't done before. Well, maybe it kind of is. But... sorry. I'm gonna stop the overthinking train before it leaves the station. Hopefully that will keep this from getting derailed. Here's the thing. Like I said before, I think that through you, I realized what real friends actually are. I mean, I've had plenty of other people that knew me and that hung out with me all the time, but I don't have anyone that I ever actually felt like I could talk to or hang out with or felt like I could actually enjoy myself outside of just, enjoying the party or the music or whatever the thing is that the friends brought together. And just actually enjoy, them as people. Honestly, before I met you, I thought that's just what everyone was like. What friendship was like, even. It never even crossed my mind that it could be any different. But then, meeting you and getting to hang out, and I don't know. Something about it was just less transactional than anything I'd ever done before, and I liked it a lot. I do like it a lot. And that got me thinking about what a relationship is, and what I want it to be, or what it could be. And, well, since I am kind of recently single, if it doesn't seem too bold, would you maybe want to go out with me sometime? You don't have to say yes if you don't want to, of course. I know I just kind of made a wild declaration there about friendship or feelings or whatever, but I don't want you to have to feel obligated to do anything that you don't want to. Honestly, I'm in such a crazy headspace, I might just be saying things that maybe you don't want to hear or don't even mean anything that much. That is, if you don't feel the same. Which is alright, I guess. Like I said, our friendship is really important to me too, so I won't be mad if that's just how it stays. Probably. Whatever relationship we have, I'm gonna value it no matter what. If it's a friendship, or maybe something more. If you want it to be, that is. I don't want to make anything weird. But since we mostly just kind of see each other not super often right now, though a lot more often than we did before, I guess. But I don't want to make it seem like I'm desperate or I just want to be in a relationship since my last one just happened to end or anything. Honestly, I've been thinking about this for a while. Well, I've been wanting to, anyway. I didn't really want to let myself when I still had him with me, but, well, after we stopped seeing each other, I figured there wasn't really any harm in at least thinking about someone else. Right? I mean, I don't have to feel guilty about it since it wasn't like there was anyone that I already had an agreement with. And honestly, at the end of the day, that was basically all that our relationship was. An agreement. It's not the kind of thing that I want to have again. I want to have something where both people actually feel happy and enjoy hanging out with each other, so if that's something that maybe you want too, maybe we could just try it out and see how it goes. You think that would be good? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you? Is that the right thing to say? Sorry. It's been so long since I've actually asked someone out. Usually my boyfriend planned all our little dates and stuff. But I'm excited to try it. It feels good to take my life into my own two hands again. And I'm just really, really happy that you want to try something too. Really, really, really happy. I can't wait to hang out with you even more. And I can't wait to get to know you even better. 'Cause I really care about you. And that's not gonna change anytime soon.